Bentley's is a British designer. The company was founded on January 18, 1919 by H.M. Bentley and W.O. Bentley. But in 1931, they were acquired by Rolls-Royce Limited, and then in 1980, they were acquired by Vickers, and in 1998, they were acquired by Volkswagen Group. So, what went wrong? Is it game over for Bentley? Well, let's find out. Cricklewood from 1919 to 1931. Before World War I, Walter Owen Bentley and his brother Horace Milner Bentley sold French DFP cars in Cricklewood, North London, but W.O., as Walter was known, always wanted to design and build his own cars. At the DFP factory in 1913, he noticed an aluminum paperweight and thought that aluminum might be a suitable replacement for cast iron to fabricate lighter pistons. The first Bentley aluminum pistons were fitted to Sopwith Camel Aero engines during the First World War. The same day that the Paris Peace Conference to end World War I started, Walter Owen W.O. Bentley founded Bentley Motors Limited on January 18, 1919 and registered Bentley Motors Limited in August 1919. In October, he exhibited a car chassis with a dummy engine at the London Motor Show. Ex-Royal Flying Corps officer Clive Gallup designed an innovative 4-valve per-cylinder engine for the chassis. By December, the engine was built and running. Delivery of the first cars was scheduled for June 1920, but development took longer than estimated, so the date was extended to September 1921. The durability of the first Bentley cars earned widespread acclaim, and they competed in hill climbs and raced at Brooklands. Bentley's first major event was the 1922 Indianapolis 500, a race dominated by specialized cars with Duesenberg Racing chassis. They entered a modified road car driven by Works driver Douglas Hawkes, accompanied by riding mechanic H.S. Bertie Browning. Hawkes completed the full 500 miles, 800 kilometers, and finished 13th with an average speed of 74.95 miles per hour, and finished 13th with an average speed of 74.95 miles per hour, which is 120.62 kilometers per hour after starting in 19th position. The team was then rushed back to England to compete in the 1922 Rag Taurus Trophy. Captain Wolf Bernardo. In an ironic reference to his heavyweight boxer stature, Captain Wolf Bernardo was nicknamed Babe. In 1925, he acquired his first Bentley, a 3-liter. With his car, he won numerous Brookland races. Just a year later, he acquired the Bentley business itself. The Bentley enterprise was always underfunded, but inspired by the 1924 Le Mans win by John Duff and Frank Clement, Bernardo agreed to finance Bentley's business. Bernardo had incorporated Borromans Limited in 1922, which existed as his finance and investment vehicle. Via Borromans, Bernardo initially invested in excess of £100,000, saving the business and its workforce. A financial reorganization of the original Bentley company was carried out, and all existing creditors paid off for £75,000. Existing shares were devalued from £1 each to just 1 shilling, or 5% of their original value. Bernardo held 149,500 of the new shares, giving him control of the company, and he became chairman. Bernardo injected further cash into the business. £35,000 secured by debenture in July 1927, £40,000 in 1928, £25,000 in 1929. With renewed financial input, W.O. Bentley was able to design another generation of cars, the Bentley Boys. The Bentley Boys were a group of British motoring enthusiasts that included Bernardo, Sir Henry Turnberkin, and steeplechaser George Duller, aviator Glenn Kidston, automotive journalist S.C.H. Sammy Davis, and Dudley Benjafield. The Bentley Boys favored Bentley cars. Many were independently wealthy, and many had a military background. They kept the Marquis' reputation for high performance alive. Bentley was noted for its 4 consecutive victories at the 24 Hours of Le Mans from 1927 to 1930. Birkin developed the 4.5-liter lightweight blower Bentley at Welwyn Garden City in 1929 and produced 5 racing specials, starting with Bentley Blower No. 1, which was optimized for the Brooklands racing circuit. Birkin overruled Bentley and put the model on the market before it was fully developed. As a result, it was unreliable. During the March 1930 Blue Train races, Bernardo raised the stakes on Rover and its Rover Light 6, having raced and beaten Le Train Blue for the first time. To better that record was his 6.5-liter Bentley Speed 6 on a bet of £100. He drove against the train from Cannes to Calais, then by ferry to Dover, and finally London, traveling on public highways, and won. Bernardo drove his H.J. Molnar bodied Formula Saloon in the race against the Blue Train. 2 months later, on May 21st, 1930, he took delivery of a Speed 6 with streamlined fastback sportsman's coupe by Gurney Nutting. Both cars became known as the Blue Train Bentleys. The latter is regularly mistaken for or incorrectly referred to as being the car that raced the Blue Train, while in fact Bernardo renamed it in memory of his race. A painting by Terence Canio depicts the Gurney Nutting coupe racing along a road parallel to the Blue Train, which scenario never occurred as the road and railway did not follow the same route. Cricklewood Bentleys. 1921 to 1929 3-liter, 1926 to 1930 4.5-liter and blower Bentley, 1926 to 1930 6.5-liter, 1928 to 1930 6.5-liter Speed 6, 1930 to 1931 8-liter, 1931 4-liter. The original model was the 3-liter, but as customers put heavier bodies on the chassis, a larger 4.5-liter model was followed. Perhaps the most iconic model of the period is the 4.5-liter blower Bentley with its distinctive supercharger projecting forward from the bottom of the grille. Uncharacteristically fragile for a Bentley, it was not the racing workhorse the 6.5-liter was, though in 1930. Birkin remarkably finished second in the French Grand Prix at Pau in the stripped-down racing version of the blower Bentley behind Philippe and Tonsolin in a Bugatti Type 35. The 4.5-liter model later became famous in popular media as the vehicle of choice of James Bond in the original novels, but this has been only seen briefly in the films. John Steed in the television series The Avengers also drove a Bentley. The new 8-liter was such a success that when Bernardo's money seemed to run out in 1931 and Napier was planning to buy Bentley's business, Rolls-Royce purchased Bentley Motors to prevent it from competing with their most expensive model, the Phantom II. Performance at Le Mans. 24 Hours of Le Mans Grand Prix d'Endurance. 1923, 4 private entry, 3-liter. 1924, first 3-liter. 1925, did not finish. 1926, did not finish. 1927, first, 15, 17, 3-liter. 1928, first, 5th, 4.5-liter. 1929, first, Speed 6. Second, 3rd, 4th, 4.5-liter. 1930, first, 2nd, Speed 6. Bentley withdrew from motor racing just after winning at Le Mans in 1930, claiming that they had learned enough about speed and reliability. Liquidation. The Wall Street crash of 1929 and the resulting Great Depression throttled the demand for Bentley's expensive motor cars. In July 1931, 2 mortgage payments were due, which neither the company nor Bernardo, the guarantor, were able to meet. On July 10, 1931, a receiver was appointed. Napier offered to buy Bentley with the purchase to be final in November 1931. Instead, British Central Equitable Trust made a winning sealed bid of £125,000. British Central Equitable Trust later proved to be a front for Rolls-Royce Limited. Not even Bentley himself knew the identity of the purchaser until the deal was completed. Bernardo received £42,000 for his shares in Bentley Motors. In 1934, he was appointed to the board of the new Bentley Motors 1931 Limited. In the same year, Bentley confirmed that it would continue racing Rolls-Royce from 1931 to 1970. Derby. Rolls-Royce took over the assets of Bentley Motors 1919 Limited and formed a subsidiary Bentley Motors 1931 Limited. Rolls-Royce had acquired the Bentley showrooms in Cork Street, the service station at Kingsbury, the complex at Cricklewood, and the services of Bentley himself. This last was disputed by Napier in court without success. Bentley had neglected to register their trademark, so Rolls-Royce immediately did so. They also sold the Cricklewood factory in 1932. Production stopped for 2 years before resuming at the Rolls-Royce Works in Derby. Unhappy with his role at Rolls-Royce when his contract expired at the end of April 1935, W.O. Bentley left to join Legondo. When the new Bentley 3.5-liter appeared in 1933, it was a sporting variant of the Rolls-Royce 2025, which was disappointed with some traditional customers, yet was well received by many others. W.O. Bentley was reported as saying, "Taking all things into consideration, I would rather own this Bentley than any other car produced under that name." Rolls-Royce's advertisements for the 3.5-liter called it the silent sports car, a slogan Rolls-Royce continued to use for Bentley cars until the 1950s. All Bentleys produced from 1931 to 2004 used inherited or shared Rolls-Royce's chassis and adapted Rolls-Royce engines and are described by critics as badge-engineered Rolls-Royces. Derby Bentleys. 1933 to 1937, 3.5-liter. 1936 to 1939, 4.5-liter. 1939 to 1941, Mark V. 1939, Mark V. Crew. In preparation for war, Rolls-Royce and the British government searched for a location for a shadow factory to ensure production of aero engines. Crewe, with its excellent road and rail links, as well as being located in the northwest away from the aerial bombing starting in mainland Europe, was a logical choice. Crewe also had extensive open farming land. Construction of the factory started in a 60-acre area on the potato fields of Merrill's farm in July 1938, with the first Rolls-Royce Merlin aero engine rolling off the production line 5 months later. 25,000 Merlin engines were produced, and its peak in 1943 during World War II, the factory employed 10,000 people. With the war in Europe over and the general move towards the then new jet engines, Rolls-Royce concentrated its aero engine operations at Derby and moved motor car operations to Crewe, standard steel saloons. Until some time after World War II, most high-end motor car manufacturers like Bentley and Rolls-Royce did not supply complete cars. They sold rolling chassis near complete from the instrument panel forward. Each chassis was delivered to the coach builder of the buyer's choice. The biggest specialist car dealership had coach builders build standard designs for them, which were held in stock awaiting potential buyers. To meet post-war demand, particularly UK government pressure to export and earn overseas currency, Rolls-Royce developed an all-steel body using pressings made by pressed steel to create a standard ready-to-drive complete saloon car. The first steel-bodied model produced was the Bentley Mark VI. These started to emerge from the newly reconfigured Crewe factory early in 1946. Some years later, initially only for export, the Rolls-Royce Silver Dawn was introduced, a standard steel Bentley, but with a Rolls-Royce radiator grille for a small extra charge, and this convention continued. Chassis remained available to coach builders until the end of production of the Bentley S3, which was replaced for October 1965 by the chassis-less monocoque construction T series. Bentley Continental. The Continental Fastback Coupe was aimed at the UK market, most cars, 164 plus a prototype, being right-hand drive. The chassis was produced at the Crewe factory and shared many components with the standard R-Type. Other than the R-Type standard steel saloon, R-Type Continentals were delivered as rolling chassis to the coach builder of choice. Coachwork for most of these cars was completed by H.J. Mulliner and Company, who mainly built them in fastback coupe form. Other coachwork came from Parkward, London, who built 6, later including a drop-head coupe version. Frene Paris built 5, Graber Witchroch Switzerland built 3, one of them was later altered by Kong Basel Switzerland, and Pininfarina made 1. James Young, London built in 1954 a sports saloon for the owner of James Young's James Barclay. The early R-Type Continental has essentially the same engine as the standard R-Type, but was modified carburation, induction, and exhaust manifolds, along with higher gear ratios. After July 1954, the car was fitted with an engine having a now larger bore of 94.62 millimeters and 3.7 inches, with a total displacement of 4,887 cc, 4.9 liter, 298.2 cubic inches. The compression ratio was raised to 7.251. Crewe Rolls-Royce Bentleys made by Rolls-Royce Limited in Crewe. Standard steel saloon. 1946 to 1952 Mark IV. 1952 to 1955 R-Type. Continental. 1952 to 1955 R-Type Continental. S-Series. 1955 to 1959 S1 and Continental. 1959 to 1962 S2 and Continental. 1962 to 1965 S3 and Continental. T-Series. 1965 to 1977 T1. 1977 to 1980 T2. 1971 to 1984 Corniche. 1975 to 1986 Comrade. Vickers from 1970 to 1998. The problems of Bentley's owner with Rolls-Royce aero engine development, the RB211 brought about the financial collapse of its business in 1970. The motorcar division was Rolls-Royce Motors Limited, which remained independent until bought by Vickers Place in August 1980. By the 1970s and early 1980s, Bentley sales had fallen badly. At one point, less than 5% of combined production carried by the Bentley badge. Under Vickers, Bentley set about regaining its high-performance heritage, typified by the 1980 Mulsanne. Bentley's restored sporting image curated a renewed interest in the name, and Bentley sales as a proportion of output began to rise. By 1986, the Bentley Rolls-Royce ratio had reached 40-60. By 1991, it achieved partially. Crewe Vickers Bentley. 1984 to 1995 Continental Convertible. 1992 to 1995 Continental Turbo. 1980 to 1992 Bentley Mulsanne. 1984 to 1998 1984 to 1988 Mulsanne L Limousine. 1982 to 1985 Mulsanne Turbo. 1987 to 1992 Mulsanne S. 1984 to 1992 8 Basic Model. 1985 to 1995 Turbo R Turbocharged Performance Version. 1991 to 2002 Continental R Turbocharged 2-door Model. 1994 to 1995 Continental S Intercooled. 1996 to 2002 Continental T. 1999 to 2003 Continental R Mulliner Performance Model. 1992 to 1998 Brooklands Improved 8. 1996 to 1998 Brooklands R Performance Brooklands. 1994 to 1995 Turbo S Limited Edition Sports Model. 1994 to 1995 Continental S to order only version of Continental R with features of Turbo S incorporated. 1995 to 1997, new Turbo R updated. 96 MY Turbo R with revised bumpers, single front door glazing, new door mirrors, spare internic, engine cover, new seat design, auto lights, auto wipers, etc. 1995 to 2003, Azure convertible Continental R. 1996 to 2002, Continental T short wheelbase performance model. 1997 to 1998, Turbo RL, new Turbo R LWB long wheelbase. 1997 to 1998, Bentley Turbo RT replacement for the Turbo RL. 1997 to 1998, RT Mulliner Ultra exclusive performance model. And now we come to the present, which is Volkswagen, which has been a thing since 1998. In October 1997, Vickers announced that it had decided to sell Rolls-Royce Motors. BMW AG seemed to be a logical purchaser because BMW already supplied engines and other components for Bentley and Rolls-Royce branded cars, and because of BMW and Vickers' joint efforts in building aircraft engines. BMW made a final offer of £340 million, but was outbid by Volkswagen AG, which offered £430 million. Volkswagen AG acquired the vehicle designs, model nameplates, production, and administrative facilities, the Spirit of Ecstasy, and Rolls-Royce grill-shaped trademarks, but not the rights to use of the Rolls-Royce name or logo, which are owned by Rolls-Royce Holdings Place. In 1998, BMW started supplying components for the new range of Rolls-Royce and Bentley cars, notably V8 engines for the Bentley Arnage and V12 engines for the Rolls-Royce Silver Surface. However, the supply contract allowed BMW to terminate its supply deal with Rolls-Royce with 12 months' notice, which would not be enough time for the Volkswagen to re-engineer the cars. BMW paid Rolls-Royce Place £40 million to license the Rolls-Royce name and logo. After negotiations, BMW and Volkswagen AG agreed that from 1998 to 2002, BMW would continue to supply engines and components and would allow Volkswagen temporary use of the Rolls-Royce name and logo. All BMW engine supply ended in 2003 with the end of the Silver SAF production. From January 1st, 2003 forward, Volkswagen AG would be the sole provider of cars with the Bentley marquee. BMW established a new legal entity, Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Limited, and built a new administrative headquarters and production facility for Rolls-Royce branded vehicles in Goodwood, West Sussex, England. Investment and company development. After acquiring the business, Volkswagen spent £500 million, about $845 million to modernize the Crewe factory and increase production capacity. As of early 2010, there were about 3,500 working at Crewe compared with about 1,500 in 1998 before taken over by Volkswagen. It was reported that Volkswagen invested a total of nearly $2 billion in Bentley and its revival. As a result of upgrading facilities at Crewe, the bodywork now arrives fully painted at the Crewe facility for final assembly, with the parts coming from Germany. Similarly, Rolls-Royce body shells are painted and shipped to the UK for assembly only. Demand had been so great that the factory at Crewe was unable to meet orders despite an installed capacity of approximately 9,500 vehicles per year. There was a waiting list of over a year for new cars to be delivered. Consequently, part of the production of the new Flying Spur, a four-door version of the Continental GT, was assigned to the Transparent Factory Germany, where the Volkswagen Phaeton luxury car was also assembled. This arrangement ceased at the end of 2006 after around 1,000 cars, with all car production reverting to the Crewe plant. Bentley presented Queen Elizabeth II with an official state limousine in 2002 to celebrate her Golden Jubilee. Production of the two-door convertible Bentley Azure finished in 2003. It was replaced by a large luxury coupe powered by a W12 engine built in Crewe and named Bentley Continental GT. It was confirmed in April 2005 a four-seat convertible Azure derived from the Arnage drop-head coupe prototype would begin at Crewe in 2006. By the autumn of 2005, a convertible version of the successful Continental GT, the Continental GTC, was also presented in the autumn of 2005. A limited run of the Gato modified GT was also announced in March 2008, dubbed GTZ. A new version of the Bentley Continental was introduced at the 2009 Genova Motor Show, the Continental Super Sports. This new Bentley is a supercar combining extreme power with environmentally friendly flex fuel technology, capable of using petrol, gasoline, and biofuel E85 ethanol. Bentley sales continued to increase, and in 2005, 8,627 were sold worldwide, 3,654 in the United States. In 2007, the 10,000 cars per year threshold was broken for the first time with sales of 10,014. For 2007, a record profit of 155 million euros was also announced. Bentley reported a sale of about 7,600 units in 2008. However, its global sales plunged 50% to 4,616 vehicles in 2009, with the US deliveries dropped 49% to 1,433 vehicles and suffered an operating loss of 194 million euros, compared with an operating profit of 10 million euros in 2008. As a result of the slump in sales, production at Crewe was shut down during March and April 2009. Though vehicle sales increased by 11% to 5,117 in 2010, operating loss grew by 26% to 245 million euros. In autumn 2010, workers at Crewe staged a series of protests over proposal of compulsory work on Fridays and mandatory overtime during the week. Vehicle sales in 2011 rose 37% to 7,003 vehicles, with the new Continental DG accounting for over one-third of total sales. The current workforce is about 4,000 people. The business earned a profit in 2011 after 2 years of losses as a result of the following sales result. On March 23, 2020, Bentley announced the halt to production due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In June 2020, Bentley announced that it will cut around 1,1/4 of 4,200 job places in the UK as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. On November 3, 2020, Bentley announced that all new cars sold will be electric by 2030. This announcement also follows after the United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced in February 2020 that he approved legislation that will ban and phase out non-electric vehicles, including hybrid and plug-in hybrid vehicles, from the UK by 2030, with hybrids being banned by 2035. Deliveries, profits, and staff. We're going to be doing a little quick chart section, which will be starting off in this order. Year, profit or loss of £1,000,000. Staff, total deliveries, Americas, China, Europe, except for the UK, Middle East, Asia Pacific, Japan, and other. 1998, 1,514, blank, 0, 1990, 1999, 1,001, 2,000, 4,469, 2001, 1,429, 2002, 1,100, 157, 0, 36, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2003, 0, 0, 1017, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2004, 0, 0, 7411, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2005, 0, 0, 8627, 3654, 500, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4473, 2006, 137 profit, 0, 9387, 4035, 175, 2024, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3153, 2007, 155 profit, 10,014, 4,196, 338, 2,166, 2,079, 0, 0, 0, 1,235, 2008, 10 profit, 0, 7,605, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2009, 194 loss, 3,500, 4,616, 1,433, 489, 0, 897, 0, 0, 0, 1,797, 2010, 245 loss, 0, 5,117, 1,525, 910, 776, 982, 0, 0, 0, 924, 2011, 8, 4,000, 7,003, 2021, 1,839, 1,187, 1,031, 566, 249, 0, 110, 2012, 100, 0, 8,510, 2,457, 2,253, 1,333, 1,104, 815, 358, 190, 0, 2013, 176, 10,120, 3,140, 2,191, 1,480, 1,381, 1,185, 452, 291, 0. Bentley recorded a 31% rise in global sales in FY21 despite shutdowns caused by the global coronavirus pandemic. Production. Get ready, we're going to be doing another chart. The chart will go in this order: year, Betayagi, CGT Coupe, CGT Kurabo, Kabiro, Flying Spur, Mulsanne, Arnage, Brooklands, Azure, Continental, other Bentley, Rolls-Royce, total 2,000, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1,243, 0, 131, 93, 2, 469, 1,938, 2001, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1,049, 0, 205, 114, 61, 352, 1,781, 2002, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 883, 0, 69, 50, 61, 147, 1,210, 2003, 0, 107, 0, 0, 0, 607, 0, 62, 16, 0, 0, 792, 2004, 0, 6,896, 0, 0, 0, 790, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7,686, 2005, 0, 4,733, 0, 4,271, 0, 556, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 9,560, 2006, 0, 3,611, 1,742, 4,042, 0, 464, 0, 177, 0, 0, 0, 10,036, 2007, 0, 2,140, 4,847, 2,270, 0, 357, 8, 350, 0, 0, 0, 9,972, 2008, 0, 2,699, 2,408, 1,813, 0, 277, 312, 165, 0, 0, 0, 7,674, 2009, 0, 1,211, 722, 1,358, 0, 147, 106, 93, 0, 0, 0, 3,637, 2010, 0, 1,735, 843, 1,914, 354, 0, 6, 2, 0, 0, 0, 4,854, 2011, 0, 3,416, 677, 2,354, 1,146, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7,593, 2012, 0, 3,536, 2,638, 1,764, 1,169, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 9,107, 2013, 0, 3,602, 2,197, 3,960, 1,117, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10,876, 2014, 0, 3,442, 2,151, 4,556, 884, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 11,033, 2015, 96, 3,997, 2,216, 3,660, 919, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10,888, 2016, 5,586, 2,272, 1,600, 1,731, 628, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 11,817, 2017, 4,849, 1,345, 1,468, 2,295, 595, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10,552, 2018, 4,072, 2,841, 28, 1,627, 547, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 9,115, 2019, 5,232, 3,903, 2,760, 102, 443, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 12,440, 2020, 3,946, 1,905, 1,244, 3,381, 127, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 10,603. And there's the history of Bentley. Could it really be game over for them? Well, as long as they make bright mergers, I think they might be able to stick around. But if they happen to take the opposite route of taking doing bright mergers, then it might just be game over for them. But anyways, with all that being said, I think I'm going to end off this video. If you guys haven't enjoyed this video, please make sure to like button, and also don't forget to subscribe because other videos will day. And also don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell on my other two channels, including Exotic and Walkthroughs, where I do walkthrough videos for you guys, and Dance Plays, where I upload the RMVs with swearing in them, and some exclusive content on there for you guys as well. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!